Okay.
Good evening. Happy Purim. We are going to read this evening a banned book, of course, the Purim Superhero. Banned in Walton County, Florida, the Purim Superhero, Elisabeth Kushner, illustrated by Mike Byrne. Nate loves aliens and really wants to wear an alien costume for Purim, but his friends are all dressing as superheroes. He wants to fit in. What will he do? With the help of his two dads, he makes a surprising decision. Let's find out. Purim Superhero.
Oh.
By the way,
Alexa, stop.
In the background, you are hearing Nefesh Mountain, which you might want to check out. Nefesh Mountain, the best Jewish bluegrass group ever.
I could leave it on, I guess.
Jewgrass.
Jewgrass.
I can say it because I'm Jewish.
That's right. You can.
By the way, happy Purim.
Happy Purim.
The Purim
L'chaim.
Superhero.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. We have with us tonight Lisa and Rashida as our audience.
And Sam.
And Sam.
And Sam the cat.
What's ripped? Oh.
What are you going to be for Purim? Max whispered to Nate during Hebrew school. I want to be an alien, Nate whispered back. All the boys in class are going to be superheroes, said Max. All the boys? Nate asked. Yep, Max answered. Nate picked up a green marker and drew antenna on his Mordechai mask. Nate loved aliens. He loved to draw them. He loved to read about them. Sometimes at night he looked out the window and wished for aliens to come to the backyard and tell him about other planets. I know a guy who looks like that. I mean like that.
Yeah, Elliot.
That night at dinner, the family talked about the Purim costumes. Will you make me a rock star costume? Miri asked Abba, one of her dads. Sure, said Abba. How about you, Nate? Nate's mouth was full of chicken soup, so he couldn't answer right away. Nate wants to be a superhero, said Miri. He said so in carpool. Really? Said Daddy. I was already making you an alien costume, said Abba. Nate scrunched up his face. I don't know, said Nate. Better decide soon, said Abba. I need time to sew. Some people sew. My father was trained as a tailor. He was. Almost unbelievable. All week, Nate thought about his Purim costume and how much he liked aliens. He thought about being the only boy who wouldn't be a superhero. I'll be a superhero too, he told Max the next Sunday. Which one? Asked Max. I'm going to be Batman. Ethan will be Superman. And Sam and Noah are deciding. You have to pick one, too. I have to pick? Asked Nate. Yep, said Max.
That Max is bossy.
Max is bossy.
Yeah.
That night, Abba's scissors snipped, 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 cutting out Miri's rock star outfit. Did you choose your costume? He asked Nate. Nate shook his head. Max said I need to pick a superhero. Is Max your boss? Abba asked. All the boys are going to be superheroes, said Nate. You know, Abba said, not all boys have to be the same thing. Nate thought about how most kids had a mom and dad, not a daddy and an Abba. Abba, Nate asked, do you ever just want to be like everybody else? Don't be like everybody else. Abba looked at Nate. You know the Purim story, Abba said? Queen Esther saved the Jews because she didn't hide who she was. She told King Ahasuerus she was Jewish and that her people were in danger. Sometimes showing who you really are makes you stronger, even if you're different from other people. Nate didn't think being different would make him stronger. He thought it would make him lonely. But he would miss being an alien. Queen Esther, King Ahasuerus.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned tonight was Purim, right?
I love her hands on her hips.
Yeah, she's badass.
I do that sometimes, and my students ask me, Mr. Tritt, pop your hips. That's weird.
See, I'm possessed by Esther.
I am possessed by Queen Esther. There's worse people to be possessed by. Daddy, Nate asked at bedtime, how many superheroes are there? Daddy was a teacher. He would know. Lots, said Daddy. People keep making up more. You can make them up? Sure, said Daddy. Here, a hero is someone brave and strong on the outside or on the inside. Like Queen Esther? Said Nate. Exactly, said Daddy. And a superhero is just a hero with special powers.
Mm-hmm.
Will he be a pirate? Will he be Super Nate? We don't know. Nate switched off the light. His brain was buzzing with ideas. Last chance to make you a Purim costume, said Abba the next day. It's a surprise, said Nate. I'll tell you what I need. Can you sew it? Absolutely, said Abba. Daddy, said Nate, if I need things for my costume, can you buy them for me? Sure, said Daddy. Mary, said Nate, if I need words for my costume, can you write them down? What words? Asked Mary. Nate told her. It's good to have a big sister who can write. Keep that in mind, Elliot. Elliot's my grandson. That evening, Nate came downstairs holding a paper bag. My costume's a surprise, he said. I'll put it on when we get to synagogue. When they arrived, Rabbi Joni was getting ready to read the Megillah. Max was dressed. The Megillah is the book of Esther from the Bible.
The whole
Max
Megillah.
was the whole Megillah, not Megillah Gorilla, which ask your parents, ask your grandparents. It's a cartoon. Never mind. Max was dressed like Batman and waving his grogger. Grogger makes noise. The other boys from class had superhero costumes too. The Hulk,
The Hulk.
I think. Nate went into the bathroom. He put on the alien suit Abba had sewed and the antennae and mask Daddy had bought. He taped on the big badge he had made with words Mary had written. He unfolded a green towel and tied it around his neck for a cape. When he was ready, Nate slipped into the costume parade. Can you guess who these are? Can you? You're better than me if you can. Good going. Sorry, there's no prize. Time for prizes. There is if you come to the synagogue, apparently. Time for prizes, called Rabbi Joni. Mary won most glamorous. Max and Ethan and Sam and Noah all won most heroic. Every kid had a prize except Nate. Had Rabbi Joni forgotten him? Chommentaschen.
Not Girl Scout cookies?
Not Girl Scout cookies.
Chommentaschen.
Which means Haman's bag. But then she waved him to come up front. And the award for most original goes to Nate. Please take a bow and tell us about your costume. Well, said Nate, like my badge says, I'm super alien. Super alien has special powers that allow him to fly to Earth from another planet without a spaceship. He's brave, and he's a hero. I've never seen a super alien before, said Rabbi Joni. That's very special. Abba and Daddy and Mary clapped and smiled big smiles. Afterward, at the carnival, Nate ran to the beanbag toss. Ethan was there too. I like your costume, said Ethan. Aliens are cool. I should have been Super Puppy. I love puppies. He put a beanbag on his head. Next Purim, let's be whatever we want. Maybe next Purim I'll be a puppy alien. Nate put a beanbag on his head. And go beep woof. And the beanbag fell off. Ethan grinned. Beep woof, he said. It deserves being said again. Beep woof. And he and Nate both laughed. About Purim. Purim, a holiday that comes in early spring, recalls how brave Queen Esther saved the Jewish people of Persia from wicked Haman's evil plot to destroy them. The story is recounted in the biblical book of Esther. Families celebrate by wearing costumes, eating three-cornered cookies called hamantaschen, listening to the reading of the Megillah, a scroll containing the story, and making noise with groggers, blotting out the name of the villain Haman. That is our banned book for the evening, the Purim Superhero. Removed from the New York Public Library.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
It's banned in New York?
At least from this particular library. Thank you.